And good afternoon and welcome along to the North Ipswich Reserve for a nice wet afternoon. It is round 4 of the Intrust Super Cup, and of course it is the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets taking on the Northern Pride this afternoon. I'm Jacko, and of course I've got my sidekick, but actually I'm your sidekick because you're doing the call. So Bisho, how's things?
Very well, mate. Yeah, thank you.
Great win in the Malmaninga Cup today.
Yes, mate. Very well. The boys are starting to really hang in there and grind out a couple of wins, so that was good.
Excellent. So, very important match today with, 3 losses. We need to win this one.
Yeah, I think the boys really need it for their confidence.
Yeah.
You can make up ground, but it's probably getting to the point where we're just letting them get that little bit far away at the top of the ladder. So I think a win would be really good.
I suppose when you look at last week's game, we're only 2 points down. A top team, the number 1 team.
Yeah.
We were only down. We had them in the rails, but 2 points.
Yeah, we stormed home, which is good Jets fashion. Yeah. We stormed home, but I think the big thing is don't be given head starts like that as well. So the boys have really got to stick in and not make too many mistakes early, and try and control the game to their speed and to how they want to play it. And I think we should be able to get away with it.
Excellent. So we do thank you for watching today's stream. Of course, it is powered by the Phoenix Media Hub and powered by USQ, the University of Southern Queensland. Might quickly go through the team. So if you want to go through the Jets team.
The Jets, so fullback Michael Purcell, on the wings Marmon Barber and Peter Gubb. Gubby makes his run on debut for the Jets. In the centres will be Rory Humphries and Richie Pandia. Issy's usually there. Issy's got a groin strain, so he's out today. Joshy Clearland and Julian Christian in the halves. Tice Lofapo, Kieran Mosley and Nat Neal, the captain, up front. Benny White, Billy McConaughey and Benny Shea are the back 3. On the bench we have Jaden Connors, Husky Tautai, Mitchie Carpenter and Big Rowan Winterfield.
That's a great side on paper.
Really good side, mate, yes, on paper.
Fresh from last week, so let's hope they do it. Okay, lining up for the Pride, jersey number 1, Jack Murphy. Number 2 is Matt Mushamesi. That's a hard one to say, and I hope you say it better than I do.
I'll try and get them right.
Number 3, Sean Bowen. Number 4 is Anari Tuala. Number 8 is Bradley Stephen. Number 6, we've got a jersey change from the original program, but it's Jordan Biondololo. And number 7 will be Braden Torpy in the centre, so in the halves, I should say. Jersey number 8 off the bench is Aidan Day. Number 9, Connor Jones. William Bugden, number 10, number 11 is Hugh Sedger, ex-Jets player.
Yep.
Yeah. Number 12 is Tom Hancock. Number 13, Peter Holler. In jersey number 14, a very experienced Kurt Baptiste on the...
truly, mate.
Yeah.
Cowboys back up. He's had a few NRL clubs.
Yeah, so he'll come off the bench. Also, Terry Casey Douglas in jersey number 15. Number 16 is Maddie Lumia. And, of course, Maurice Blair, who's in jersey number 17, but will slot into the run-on side in replace of number 8, Aidan Day. So, not a bad side on paper for the Northern Pride either, especially with some big names in there.
Yeah, they've got a fair bit of experience in there. Of course, Huey Sedger, who played a few Queensland Cup games for us back in 16 to 17. And one that they have left out as well as Denzel King, who was also an Ipswich Jet for a couple of years as well. And his little half-brother, Seamus, plays Malmaninga for me. So, they'll be tough, the Pride, and it's probably Cairns-like conditions at the moment, although it's not too steamy, but it is a bit wet. So we weren't worried about the heat.
A bit wet. At least you weren't out there for the torrential downpour.
No, we got a few spits, and I was blowing up because the manager had an umbrella and the coach didn't. So they'll be worried to training on Tuesday.
Mate,
I know, exactly.
The budget is the budget.
Oh, someone will be in trouble.
Yeah. I do feel for the camera crew this afternoon. They're out there. They were out there in the pouring rain, so they're doing a great job in getting into this vision. Ground looks absolutely superb. You'll get a shot of it in a minute. It is nice and green. We've had a fair bit of rain over the last 24 hours, and of course it was pretty torrential last night. So a little bit of water around the outside of the ground, not really on the field. It is a good field for drainage. So it's a heavy track, as they say.
Yeah, but it hasn't run around too bad. In the first 2 games, it wasn't too bad, and we had that little bit of rain just at the end of the Colts game where it probably smashed down for about 5 minutes. So the field's held up really well.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think it'll just be the handling that might be the trouble. I think the ground service will be good itself. Maybe just a bit of handling. The boys will have to be extra smart with the ball in hand today.
And at the moment, the two teams running on, of course, Jets led on by our captain, courageous Nat Neal, who does such a fantastic job, is such a workhorse, and he has some great experience in throwing the boys around and making sure they're in the right spots and pushing up.
And mate, and of course, hello to Nat's mum and dad. We'll be listening all the way in from, and listening and watching all the way from New Zealand. So hello to them. And of course, Trish Shea, which is Benny Shea's mum, who never misses a call as well. So hello to you down in Arden, I think I said last week, Jacko, down in Canberra. Yep. And hello to the rest of the crew who watch all around the place. I know our number one supporter, Leroy Murray, is in America at the moment, touring around. So you can guarantee Leroy will be watching. He'll send us a message if he's not. But hello to you, Leroy, as well, mate. Hope you and the family having a
so here we go, folks. Once again, we do welcome everyone to this live stream here at the North Ipswich Reserve. You're about to see the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets take on the Northern Pride, and that is Kickoff.
And the Jets are defending the river end, of course, so it's a big kick there from the Pride. First touch goes to Tyson Lofapo, gets it out to about 18 metres from his own line. Cleveland at dummy half. Nat Neal has to stop to catch that one, but once again charges up, makes another 10 metres. So Ipswich are going well, 25 metres after 2 tackles. Julian Christian with the ball. Billy McConaughey, the big charge. Great run from Billy, gets to the 40, tackle 3 for the Jets. Going well so far. Kieran Mosley at a dummy half. Benny Shea with his first touch. Just takes it into the teeth of the defence. Good tackle there from the Pride boys. A good 3-man tackle, slowing it down, trying to win the ruck. Mosley dummy half, goes to Cleveland. Shapes the kick. Nat Neal back across the field. Second touch of the day. Good run, Nat. Pushes one off. Just can't quite get the arms free. 5th tackle, Ipswich. Look for the kick. Christian, just a little one through the line. Kicks it again. Kicks it again. Ipswich still getting around the ball. And goes to the Pride. Number 2 for the Pride, Matthew Musameki. Gets the ball. It was a good start from the Jets, Jacko.
That was a great start. A couple of good runs there from Julian, also the Bricky, Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. He's the actor.
Yeah.
His cousin, Billy McConaughey. But no, set the Jets up for a good position. Just couldn't rattle it at the end.
There's a good run from the Pride, the big number 10, William Bugden, who played Queensland Residents last year with Nat Neal, and Nat said he's one to watch for them. Huey Sedger with his first touch, charges it straight at Julian Christian, and Mosley in there as well to help. And Benny White, of course, Benny White and Huey Sedger, really good mates from the Toowoomba area, so they'll have fun up against each other. Good little scoot out of dummy half there from the 9, Connor Jones. Kieran Mosley knocks down his opposite number. It's the 18, Maurice Blair, charges one into the Ipswich defence, gets to about 18 metres out for Ipswich line, tackle 5. Be interested to see what the first play is for the Pride on the last tackle. Goes to the halfback, goes to Torpy. Torpy puts one through the line. Purcell picks it up and managed to drag him back into his in-goal. So that'll be drop out Ipswich. Good set from the Pride, Jacko.
Great set to go virtually 80 metres and get it down the other end and really sort of pepper that, or try to pepper that line. They nearly got through, and great work on getting Mr. Purcell back into the try area. But no, this will be a very important kick. And are you tipping a long one or a short one?
It'll be a short one, mate.
Short one?
Yep. Low on the ground. Oh, he's kicked it straight at him. Managed to get it back to Pride, though. Pick up the headgears now. I haven't got that young lad's number. Once again, apologise to all our Pride, all the Pride visitors. I'll try and get all the names right, but I'll try my best. Maurice Blair charges one up. Gets to 5 metres and the ball's come out and he's ruled knock on. That's an unlucky one there for the Pride, I think. That was a 3-man tackle. I don't know how the ball's popped out, but we'll take that one, Jacko.
No, we will take that one. It's pretty close to the line, so and it's still raining too, so I've just noticed that. So that won't help, but although the boys are pretty proficient, no doubt, with the Cairns weather, that they'll be able to handle the ball in the rain, but obviously not that time. But no, wet conditions. Tracks, as you mentioned, the field's holding up quite well. After 2 games, it's looking absolutely superb.
I think that one just squeezed out in the contact there, so it'll be something they'll have to do. Both sides will have to look to lock the ball up going into tackles, because a good hit might just see it squeeze out. Ipswich feed the ball. Richie Pandia. Still Richie Pandia. Don't get dragged into touch. He gets tackled 10 metres from the Ipswich line. Marmon Barbara dummy half. Peter Gubb with his first touch for the day. Charges it straight into the teeth of the defence. Good tackle there, number 12, Tom Hancock. Billy McConaughey with another hit up. Straight at Bugden. Bugden gets him offload. Marmon Barber. He gets manhandled by Huey Sadger. Good tackle by Huey. Tyson. And penalty Ipswich. Offside the Pride.
I'm excited with
doing it all day calls there too, Jacko.
I'm excited with Peter Gubb's start. He had a brilliant... didn't play long last week, but when he went on, he made an impact and scored that try, and he started quite well today, and he's certainly keen to get involved and be a part of this team.
Well, I think it's his sort of weather today too, Jacko. It's probably going to be a bit of bash and barge and get your wingers in there to do their job, so it'll suit Gubby's game down to it. But Ipswich has just got to be careful, watch their hands. They won't change their style at all, Ipswich.
Yeah, and kudos to Huey Sadger too. He's done a great job for the Pride.
Richie Pandia across the field, still looking for runners. Nat Neal, he straightens it up. Good tackle underneath from the hooker there, Connor Jones. Kieran Mosley finds Julian Christian. Finds Rory Humphreys, who straightens it up. Nearly gets through the line. Good grassing tackle once again. The hook, Huey Sadger, that one was. Stops it in its tracks. Nat Neal hits the defence and turns, looking for an offload. Tackled Nat, 20 metres from the Pride line. Tackle 3, I think that is for Ipswich. Christian. Clearland. Clearland across the field to Konecki. That's great. Oh, it was a good take from Billy. I think he just tried to drag it in, or he might have just lost it there, Jacko, and Pride ball.
Ball went backwards and Pride jumped on it, so they now have the I suppose, possession, so they're going to hang on to it now.
So the Pride taking up good three-man tackle there from Ipswich, winning the tackle, slowing it right down. Careful they don't give away a penalty. Maurice Blair once again runs it up looking for the offload, but Ipswich are all over him. He's still standing. Here comes Tyson Lofapo to bring him down. So that's tackle 4.
He's a big unit too, that Maurice
Blair.
Blair.
He's a big unit, yes.
Maybe he's Adam's brother, cousin, second relation.
Could well be. Who knows? We'll find out soon. So Pride, tackle 5. What do they got? Little chip over the top. Who's back there? Purcell's back there. Gets tackled into touch. Well, that's something Ipswich weren't looking for. That was one he maybe could have left, Jacko.
Yeah, look, he probably could have left it, but being so close to the line, you just can't risk it because you don't know which way the ball's going to go. It could go in, and opens up area for Pride to score. So that's the last thing you want. So he's probably done the right thing by trying to get it, but so close to the line. And with 3 players there, they just dragged him out.
So scrum feed Pride, 10 out from the Ipswich line. See what they come up with. They've got the NRL set up, as they all do these days. Put 5 on the one side, leave the winger on the short side. So Torpy to feed it. Rain still just coming down, Jacko. Just enough to get on the glasses, I'd say.
I reckon it's great. We're up here in the dry.
Benny Shea makes a tackle there on Braden Torpy. Bugden, the good run. And penalty.
Got to say,
onto the ball, Benny White.
Got to say a big cheerio too to Ben and Shane celebrating their 200th game today. So congrats to Ben and Shane Walker, our coaches. They've had a great career here at the Jets. A couple of trophies.
Pride with the ball, 5 metres from the Ipswich line. Ipswich have got to hold steady in defence here. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle, Ipswich. The ball comes free. Strip penalty.
Jets have got to really watch their penalties down here because so close to the line. That's 2 now. They've just got to watch it because they're virtually giving Pride an open invitation to score here.
So Connor Jones takes a tap, gives it to Bugden. Bugden into the line. Good tackle down low. Tyson Lofapo. Quick play the ball. And penalty Ipswich. Didn't get up to play the ball. That's a sin. That's a sin from the big fella.
I think there was 1 or 2 in yours where incorrect play the balls. But normally, in a normal game, you see them just play on, but they pulled them up.
They have their little intricacies, the referees, and every now and then they'll look for something. And that was probably one of those ones that could have gone either way. I wouldn't have been surprised for Ipswich to get penalised for having hands on the man in the ruck, but it's gone Ipswich's way. So we'll go from there. That's Rory Humphries with the tap, 30 out, going across field, looking for runners, still looking, gets through the line, just can't quite get through. That was a good tackle there. Tom Hancock. Pandia hits one straight up into Blair. Sedger. Another good tackle. Hancock as well. Looking for the quick play, the ball. Mosley. Benny Shea back across to the short side. Runs straight at Torpy. And they managed to tackle him. Good work, Hancock underneath. Barber dummy half. Lofapo using footwork late at the line. Still going Lofapo. Great run. Gets tackled 30 metres from the pride line. Good quick play, the ball. Oh, he's called knock on.
I thought there was a little bobble in there. The word of the week, bobble. The bobble.
Yeah.
No.
That'll be something that both sides are going to have to watch in the wet.
Yeah.
Looking for the quick play, the ball.
Combined with the perspiration and the sweat, it's going to make for a very slippery ball. And you can actually, on the screen, you can actually see the rain is still coming down. And so that's going to, be the first thing that both teams are going to have to watch.
One of those things where they might just have to slow themselves down, just that little touch, just to make sure they get the little 1%ers right, and then roll on from there. So Pride feed 30 from their own line.
Much better than last week.
Yeah.
Temperature-wise.
Exactly. I'm standing in front of the aircon here, so it's all good. There's one of the great Ipswich boys standing outside the commentary box giving us a wave, Jacko. Good man himself, Namani. There is the big fellow. Looks like he's been doing a bit of work too. So the referee once again explaining to 20-year footballers how to pack a scrum. That's well done, Jacko.
Yeah, exactly. They'd like to do
it. Jack Murphy takes one off the scrum and gets tackled. 35 from his own line. Oh, a bit of a bobble there from, I think that's Sean Bowen out wide. Oh, knock on. Forward pass. Forward pass called by the touch judge.
Even better, that's he's going to take that back to about 45 out from our line, so or from the Pride line, so a little bit less for us to run, and we're aiming it that way. So let's hope our boys can hang on to that ball and keep possession.
Seen a bit of everything now, Jacko. That's sloppy play the balls, a forward pass from dummy half.
Incorrect play the ball.
Penalty in possession.
Yeah.
We're getting them all. What'll be the next one? Someone will get penalised for forward pass. That'll be a first. Here we go. Christian with the ball. Looking for holes. Still going inside. Richie Pandia. Pandia back across to the middle of the field looking for holes. Hits the line. Good tackle there from Sedger out of the scrum with the help of Bugden. Ipswich now 35 out. Peter Gubb comes in off the wing and charges one up.
It's a hard run.
It's a good run from Gubby. He's a quick play the ball. That's a good tackle as well. Mosley. Benny White with a touch. Benny White looking for a hole. Still going Benny White across the field. A long pass. Hits Christian. Christian with some fancy footwork. Drops Nat Neal back under. Neal comes back across to the left-hand side of the field. Still going Nat. Torpy takes in front of Nat with an offload to Percy. Backwards. Kieran Mosley slips it up. Benny White still got Ipswich still with the ball. Benny White still with the ball going across the field. Hits one up. Now, good tackle there from Hancock underneath.
It's that side-to-side football that tries to rattle the opposition.
Cleland with a kick. Big chase here. Judd Humphries. That's a great try, Ipswich. Trying to work out who scored that try.
I'm pretty sure
Julian Christian.
Julian Christian, number 7.
That was a great kick. That kick came from nothing as well. They look like they're going to shift the ball, Jacko, and Joshua Clowns just put it on the ground and got to bounce up.
They got that side-to-side happening, waiting for someone to come out of that line, and it just split the line on that right-hand side. So, the left-hand side defence, that may be the angle because they're obviously going to come up. And some great work there by Julian, just slipping around the outside and bringing it back under the post to make that kick easy for Marmon. So, great work. They finally got there. First score on the board.
What the side-to-side does, Jacko, is make that defensive line work the whole time. Usually, if someone hits it up on the left-hand side, their left-hand side attack, then the right-hand side defence is usually the only ones who move up. But when you play the jet style and you go field side to side, somebody gets lazy and doesn't move up, that's where the holes are. So what Ipswich done there, even though some of the crowd don't like it and they yell out, go forward and do this and do that, what it does is it gets the defensive line thinking, what are the Jets going to do next? So they've all come up. Joshy Cleland's just dribbled a little one through, got the bounce straight up for Jules, and Jules has taken it virtually 10 metres in from touch and run it all the way around to underneath the post for Marmon to put this straight over the black dot and into the can bar.
Josh Cleland, he's pretty switched on as far. He knows where to kick it, and he did that a couple of times last week. Flags go up, so score goes to 6-0 in favour of the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets.
Yeah, that was great work from Ipswich. So now they just got to make sure this set. I remember last week, Jacko, we scored a try. The next set was a bad set for us. So hopefully the boys can get to a kick or really get this set out and grind it away and get no mistakes early and get the pride back down their end and working it out. So see how we go from here. Looks like the rain stopped at this stage, Jacko, but
still there.
Lights are on.
I think it's light, yeah.
The lights are on here at Ipswich.
That's a bit of a certainty when it gets dark. It got pretty dark during that last game, so.
It did. So a big kick here from the pride down to Joshy Cleland. Tyson with the hit back. It's a cross into the middle of the field. Good tackle underneath there from the hooker Cooper. Over the top was Maurice Blair. Mosley dummy half. Peter Gubb hits another one up. Charges into the defence. That's a good tackle there from the 12, Tom Hancock. Got a hand there from Bugden. Mosley. Billy McConaughey back into the ruck. Still going across the field, Billy McConaughey. Good tackle by the Pride. Maurice Blair with the help of Connor Jones. Benny Shea with a run. So Ipswich just trying to get this set out of the way, Jacko. Working it up, look for a kick. That's tackle 4. Goes to Cleland.
It's been, I was going to say, up till now it's been pretty well one up, and now they're going across and trying to really create some confusion amongst the opposition. It just hasn't.
Ipswich appealing for a penalty there. It might have been a bit high, but that's tackle 5 for Ipswich. They didn't get the penalty. So Mosley, Cleland with a sort of a shot at a midfield bomb, but the ball's gone over the fullback's head. Murphy's done well to get the ball back. Purcell's charged through. Good tackle, Ipswich. They managed to hold him up. That was good work from Michael Purcell and Benny White. So Pride coming off their own line, Jacko.
Some great work in there to put that high kick up and wrapped up initially with 3, but then, as you mentioned, Michael Purcell was in there.
So Pride, tackle 2, I think now. Tackled on their 30. Hitting up, looking for the back, so that's Bowen with a good run. Gets tackled well underneath by Josh Cleland. Rory Humphries over the top. Bugden charges one up. Good straight runner, Bugden, Jacko. And he knows one way, which is forward.
He's been pretty. He's been a good worker, good workhorse, taking the ball up on a couple of occasions. So
tackle 5 Pride, and Torpy kicks out about 40 metres up to Purcell to catch. This will be his first real touch of the ball today. Just looking for a hole, runs it back, and the kicker gets him, Torpy, with the help of the second rower there, Hancock. Peter Gubb comes in again. He's taken the first hit up in the set of 6 every time, Jacko, so Gubby knows what his role is in this side. Mosley.
Oh, great run.
He's at the Julian. Julian gets tackled. Kieran again. Hits Benny White. Benny White's got close to the sideline, throws it back into Richie Pandia, who gets tackled there by the big number 4, Anari Tuala. Good work. Short side here. Marmon Barber down the short side. Gets an offload away. Kieran Mosley. Good work, Marmon. Julian Christian. Across the field. Josh Cleland. Looking for holes. Rory Humphries. Still Rory Humphries in his way. Rory Humphries got the fullback to beat. Steps. Oh, good tackle coming along there. I think that's Huey Sedger. Pushing to play the ball. Ipswich are away here. Christian. Long ball. Mosley. Puts it on the foot. Richie Pandia scores. Great try, Ipswich.
That was excellent work. And it was on that last play, that set, they started going across the field. Josh Cleland probably did that little kickoff and across, and then it just really sort of opened them up. And yeah, great work.
Well, it was good work. Rory Humphries actually started that from a nothing. He just was looking for something to do.
Had
and he
that
just
good run in.
Yeah, he thought, I'll take a hit straight, and he went through and busted through the tackle and went 20 metres and got to the fullback and beat the fullback. But Huey Sedger come through and tackled him from behind, and with a quick play the ball, Ipswich just spread it through the hands, and it got to Kieran Mosley, put it on the toe, and the ball set up nicely for Richie Pandia just to charge through and dive on it and score a great try for Ipswich to take him out to 10-0 with about 21 minutes to go.
We've
as
only
the
had,
rain starts again.
We've only had 4 penalties, and it's two apiece. So penalty count's been, considering the weather, penalty count's been good. As you say, just silly little penalties. But at the moment, Jets have got the upper hand, I think, because they're doing everything right.
They are.
When you look at with what Pride are doing, the Pride of getting up, but the Jets are really good in defence, and obviously the Jets are just switching it on a bit.
They are, mate. They haven't let the wet weather dampen what they're trying to do, so they've been lucky. They're watching the ball and getting it from hand to hand, so they just got to stick with it now. There's no good getting scared of any sort of weather, or if it's hot and you get sweaty and you start dropping the ball, even if it's wet, just play with what you know. You still got to watch the ball, so it doesn't matter how you do it. As Marmon comes in and hits it, it just managed to swing across the front of the goal, so no goal there for Ipswich. So Ipswich 10, the Pride 0 with 20 minutes to go, Jacko.
So Pride have really, they've got some players that are trying some things. Bugden is really good in the run-ups, as is Maurice Blair. Huey Sedger, I don't know if he's got something to prove to his teammates in Pride that, hey, he was an ex-Jet, but I'm here for the Pride now. But no, they've done it. They just can't crack the Jets line at the moment.
Well, I think the possession count, Ipswich have had a lot of possession, so that's helping as well, as Tyson takes it up from the kick.
And possession wins games, doesn't it?
It does, mate, exactly. Nat Neal with another good hit up. He's been strong. We'll see what minutes he gets today. Him and Benny Shea played the full 80 last week in that heat, so be interested to see whether or not they fade at the end. Mosley, Benny Shea, that man. It's across the field, looking for any little hole, gets an offload. Well done. Joshy Clearland, big long pass across the face of the ruck. Christian looking for a little hole, couldn't quite get there. Well closed by Torpy and Hancock over the top. Mosley dummy half. Joshy Clearland takes on the line. Billy McConaughey, good tackle underneath by the hooker there, Connor Jones, over the top with a bit of help from Maurice Blair. Benny Shea again, second hit up of the set. Meets in front on Huey Sedger. Hangs onto him, puts him on the ground. Good tackle. He's appealing for a drop ball, and it was. Well done. That was a contact one there from Huey. Managed to just knock the ball loose there from Benny Shea. So he'll be disappointed with that one.
Well, there is still a light rain coming down, so that any sort of wet weather is going to play havoc because it's on the ball and just the sweat. So, lost balls, dropped. They're going to be there on a day like today.
It's one of those things where the boys have just got to lock the ball up into the contact, Jacko. So, maybe.
Do you talk about it as a coach? You do talk about it?
You do talk about that. Like that, you should know it's. You don't want to tell them not to pass the ball, but in weather like this, in the heavy contact, lock it up.
Yeah.
Lock it up for initial contact, and once the contact's gone, then you can look to get the offload. But don't be dropping the ball because you're getting tackled because it's wet.
Yep.
And there's another penalty. Hand on the ball. That's 2 of them, and both times Benny White was in the tackle, but I don't think that one was his fault. So Pride, big chance here. Jacko, 45 out, kicking for touch. What can they conjure up? Oh, he's taking the tap.
He's going to take the tap.
So Maurice Blair takes it up.
It's a strong run.
Ipswich tackling 30 out. Tackle 1. Connor, dummy half. Bugden. Good tackle. Billy McConaughey meets in front on. Josh Clearland over the ball. So Pride, 20 out from the Ipswich line. Goes to the 6 in Biondi Odio. Out the back, Murphy. Murphy stepping. Oh, obstruction. Told you the old obstruction one had come out, Jacko. It's the only penalty he hasn't given today yet.
Oh, there's still a couple.
Well, we're still looking for the deliberate forward pass, so we'll see if we get that one today.
Yeah. That rain is intensifying, but still the boys are going. It's not as much drop ball as normal, but an obstruction on a day like today, an obstruction. Why would you do it?
Oh, and he hasn't kicked it out.
He hasn't put it out. Taken by the fullback, Jack Murphy.
So, another Cardinal sin there from Ipswich. Percy not kicking the ball out. He only had to kick it out to get rolling. Coaches don't look too happy with that one. Blair takes another hit up. Looking for the offload and gets it. Out the back, Hancock with the ball. Oh, Richie Pandia goes in for the big shot and misses. Here's the ball now, Stefan on the edge. It's a fair fair size up Bradley, Stefan and Mum and Barber, Jacko.
It is
There's about 40 kilos in that matchup.
I'm still back with
Blair.
Richard Pandia getting the handoff.
Blair taking the ball up, gets tackled by Nat Neal. Wins the tackle, slows it right down. 5 metres out to Pride. Goes to Torpy. Torpy with a short pass. Sedger tackled, 8 out. Oh, he's lost the ball. Lost the ball.
Well, that was great work for Pride and it started back here on the kick for space, but they couldn't get it. And as you said, Cardinals in, little things like that don't help a game. And the number 1, Jack Murphy, took it up and made quite a few metres, made about 35 metres. So, and then with that Bugden all in there, so they definitely made the metres. So, and the coaches, as you mentioned, celebrating their 200th game of Intrust Super Cup today. So big congrats again to Ben and Shane.
I've been around the place for all of them too, Jacko. So
they have.
Yeah, some of us are old.
2015 Intrust Super Cup
what
win,
a year that was.
and also the 2015 State Championship.
What a year that was. I broke a record that year too. I'm not allowed to talk about it on air because you're not able to promote those sort of things.
Oh, no. Well, you got a trophy as well.
Oh, we did, mate. That's
You
why I'm
did?
saying I broke the record because, I tell you what, I had a good day that grand final day, that's for sure.
Bet you were happy.
All right, back to the footy. Benny Shea runs it up. 35 from the Ipswich line. Tackle for Ipswich. Good tackle there from the Pride. They slow it right down. Mosley, Christian. Rowan Winterfield's on the field, so Ipswich have made a couple of changes. Rowan's out there, and of course, Mr. Optus. Mitchie Carpenter is out there as well. Billy McConaughey and Tyson Loffapo getting a break. Tackle 5, Ipswich, Joshy Cleland. Kicks for the sideline. Big
Good
chase here,
by Peter Gubb. Takes him.
Well done, slows him right down.
Ankle taps him.
That's great work from Gubby. That's a great chase. Well, they don't give away a penalty. Rory Humphries and Gubb at marker. Here goes Bowen. And penalty. Offside, Ipswich. Wow, they only had to take one more step to get onside. That's a let-off for the Pride, Jacko.
No, well, they did well to get the meterage in there, and that chase from Peter Gubb and just to ankle tap that Northern Pride player. It was enough to slow it down, but just getting away penalties like this, you can't do it.
And then they give up all that good work for one of one step and being offside.
Yep.
So it's a good run there from the Pride. Just trying to see whether or not they have made a change. The Pride, and they have, so we've got some reserves on, so I'll try and pick them up. There's the number 8, Aidan Day, is on the field now, and they've made another change as well, so we'll pick them up as they come. Is the 6, Jordan Biondi. Gives it to...
Well, Kurt Baptiste.
Kurt Baptiste is on the field as well, so...
Number 14.
Maybe they've brought... look for him for good scoots. Torpy himself. Good tackle underneath there, Benny White. So tackle 4, Baptiste out of dummy half. Gives it to Day. Another good tackle, Ipswich. Tackle 5, Pride, 5 minutes from Ipswich line. Baptiste out the back to Torpy. Torpy for the kick. Purcell picks it up. Good work, Ipswich. Not tackled, the referee says. Tackled, he says.
Oh.
Back he goes. Wow, that was going to be a foot race and a half then, Jacko.
Well, yeah, look, 50-50 that one. He was on the ground. Yeah, the player had him, but I suppose that constitutes a tackle, doesn't it?
Well, it didn't look like he had a hand on him, but obviously the referee has said held, so therefore he's got to play the ball.
Yeah.
That's all good. Barber dummy half. Mitchie Carpenter gets his first touch of the ball.
Baptiste, one of the tacklers in there.
Oh, and gives away the penalty. Not up quick enough.
No.
That's not what you want from reserves, Jacko.
Aidan Day just held on too long. And the two reserves are in there, Baptiste and Day.
It's not what you want. They would have been watching on the bench and listening to the coach's instructions, and Day hasn't kicked it out again. Wow. Purcell, that's 2 in a row. That's touch, so that'll be Ipswich feed. That's 2 kicks in a row Percy hasn't kicked out.
Can't do that.
Well, I'll tell you, if the coaches don't get to him before the front rowers do, Percy could be in a bit of trouble here.
He's going to need protection.
Oh, mate.
You can't do that because basically you're handing the ball over to him.
All you're looking for is to take the tap 10 metres in from touch. You're not looking to get down
Yeah.
into their red zone. You just want
That's
him to
right.
kick the ball out.
Yeah.
Especially in the wet, the ball could go anywhere off the boot. So
I'm sure he'll get the message quick smart.
he'll get the message if Nat picks him up by the neck and rings him, that's for sure. So Ipswich, Rory Humphries gets a good palm on. Still going Humphries. Eventually the Pride get him to ground. Underneath there was the winger Matthew Nunaseki.
And Maurice Blair was in that tackle as well. So it's come across to the western side of the ground.
Richie Pandia wrapped up. Jaden Connors is on the field now, so Kieran Mosley having a rest. Clearland, Winterfield, the big wood chopper. He gets tackled 45 out from the Pride line. Gets a quick play the ball. That's right on. Connors away from dummy half. Looking for runners, Connors gets across the field, picks up Ben White. Benny White with a bit of footwork, gets Ben through the line. Connors backs him up. Still Connors, gets the ball back. Purcell, what can Purcell do? Gets across the field, back to Rowan Winterfield. Maurice Blair over the top.
It looked like he tried to get it away.
It's tackle 4, Ipswich looking ominous here. Christian, look for the kick. Barber chasing hard. Barber still chasing hard. They don't quite get there. Good work from Murphy. And manages to Ipswich hold him in the try line. So that's good work, Ipswich. Good tackle, Benny White, Jaden Connors.
That was great work from, and it stems from a couple of good plays from Rowan Winterfield, running the ball up, making some metres. But excellent work from the Gents. They're starting to play together as a team and not give away silly little stuff. And great work to keep Murphy back in the
now that the reserves are back, Jacko, I can give you the changes for the Pride. So Will Bugden and Connor Jones have come off. And, of course, on the field went Aidan Day and Kurt Baptiste. So it's not too... We should be able to pick those up. Kurt Baptiste has got the shaved head and Aidan Day has got the headband and the big beard. So we'll see how we go. Jaden Connors away from dummy half. Hancock has one crack at him and lets him go. Nat Neal back across the ruck. Just nearly bends the line. Torpy gets him low. Good tackle, Torpy. Hancock over the top. Connors out of dummy half. Picks up Ben Shea. Ben Shea looking for runners. Still going Ben Shea. Good tackle over the top there. Purcell dummy half. Connors. Wide. Christian. Clearland. Clearland just nearly through the line. Couldn't quite get there. Rory Humphries out of dummy half. Back to Christian. Christian, we're looking for a kick. Christian still going. Benny White back across in the middle of the field. The dummy right at the post. Benny White still going. Josh Clearland. Ipswich moving him around here. Still Josh Clearland. Still Josh Clearland. Looking for a hole. Torpy gets him. With the help of Hancock over the top. Tackle 5. Still tackle 5. Ipswich. Connors dummy half. Goes himself. Connors gets to the line and that's a try.
Yeah, that's great work. Well, so close to the line. And the Jets just went from side to side, and I could see Peter Gubb on that right-hand side attack. He put his hand up. He knew something was happening over there, but it never got that far, and they've scored back over here thanks to some good runs by Joshy Cleveland, putting a couple of hands in there. But, yeah, finally, that was great work.
Once again, Jacko, that's that side to side that the crowd don't particularly like. They want you to go forward, but it's working in the defensive line the whole time.
Yeah.
So then Jaden gets into dummy half and they're expecting the big shift out where Gubby's got his hand up, give me the ball. And he gets a lazy A defender, which is a guy right behind the ruck, dives in under his feet and scores a try. Easy 4 points.
Exactly. No, it was good work.
So Ipswich now, they needed that one right on half-time too. That'll make everybody happy going into half-time as long as now they can manage to hold the Pride out and not so much close the half off, but make sure there's no points against. And Ipswich will be more than happy with that first half.
So this will put Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets to it's hit the post and in. So that'll put them at 16-0. So that'll be a good morale booster for those guys going in at half-time. They've only got just over 7 minutes left in this half. And, of course, once again, a big cheerio to everyone that's watching in through the Phoenix Media Hub. And it is powered by the University of Southern Queensland. Of course, a big cheerio to all our staff here from the USQ this afternoon, all our camera staff, all out in the rain. And, yes, it is still raining. So a big congrats to them and also the production crew.
So just remember too, Jacko, if you do want to shout out, just put it through on the live stream. The boys and girls are always watching the live stream to get some feedback. So we take good and bad feedback. The bad stuff gets swept under the carpet, but the good stuff always gets read out. So, if
so
you
I
want
imagine
to
if you just send it through the USQ Facebook site, send the cheerio through, and no doubt we'll try and get that message across.
Benny Shea, good hit up straight into the line. Good tackle, Hancock. Baptiste underneath. So Ipswich on the 40. Mitchie Carpenter. He wants chicken salt with that. He's the guy from the Optus ad. Mitchie Carpenter looks exactly like him.
Oh, does? Yeah.
I said that last week, didn't I?
Yeah, that's the way you dance.
Exactly like him. The Ipswich again, Clearland. Rory Humphreys back underneath, coming back to where the ball just come from. Looking for a hole. Good tackle, Torp. He gets up around the ball and tries to drive him back. So Humphreys looking for a quick play the ball and gets it. Connors takes off out of dummy half. Connors looking for a runner. Still Connors. Oh, high tackle. Gets underneath. Clearland gets the ball away. Christian looking for a runner. Picks up Peter Gubb. Gubby across the field. Still going Gubby across the field. Gubb across the field. Gets a good pass. Nat Neal. Benny White. Gets it away to Richie Pandia. Can Richie stay in field? He does. Tackle 5, Ipswich. Ipswich have managed to have the ball here for 95 seconds. Jacko says good work. Clearland with the big kick. Purcell with a big chase on it, looking for a catch. Connors gets the ball back. Back to Purcell. All onside. Under the post. Great work, the Ipswich Jets.
Excellent work. This is the sort of football we like to see the Jets play, and they're really throwing it around. And you can hear the crowd. They're saying forward, forward. But the Jets, as you've mentioned, they've got that across the field play down to a fine art, because they're trying to create that confusion in amongst the Northern Pride players. And in the end, it was a great kick and nice high kick. And Purcell just, obviously you could see it. You could see the 3 Northern Pride players going in. Who's going to catch it? Who was there? The kangaroo catcher.
Big lack of communication there. I think Murphy comes through to get the ball. And Jaden Connors, who's all 4'3", has managed to out-jump him. And he's hit the deck and looked left straight away. And, of course, if there's anyone you want to get the ball into space to, it's Michael Purcell. And he caught it and charged around. And I reckon, I'm thinking, Jacko, that may well be Percy's first try this year. I don't think he's scored one before. So what we... Sorry, we got an inside joke. We might try and see if we can pick that up in the second half and see how we go. But that was great work from the Jets. So
another 2 points on the board.
Points.
That'll take it to 22-0 with just under 4 minutes to go in this half. And Pride, they're in no hurry to get back.
No, they're waiting for half time, the Pride, and I think Ipswich should be more than happy just to let the Hooter go turn around and carry on in the bit of form that they're in, and whereas the Pride will be looking to get inside and just try and slow this Ipswich juggernaut down. So Ipswich will be looking to put another one in here soon, and by all means the Pride will be trying to keep them out. So we'll see what happens.
That was a stop with the feet of Peter Gubb. So very dangerous doing those, but luckily he had it under a little bit of control.
And Gubby takes a hit up. Good hit up, still pumping the legs. Takes 4 or 5 Pride boys to bring him down. Gubb tackle 32 from the Ipswich line. Quick play the ball. Connors drops Winterfield underneath and doesn't give him the ball. Christian probing. Benny White. Ball goes backwards. Ben White manages to recover. Good tackle there from the 4 for the Pride. Anari Tuali. Connors. Ben Shea. Into the teeth. Baptiste underneath. Aidan Day over the top. Bit of help there from Tom Hancock. So slowing the play, the ball down. The Pride, Nat Neal charges it into the teeth of the defensive. Pride have made another change as well. Jacko, looks like Peter Holler has come off, and Matula Lamua has gone on. Purcell manages to not quite get the ball. What's the referee's going to call something here? Knock on Ipswich.
Yeah, knock on Ipswich. So they got down there. Oh, is he going to play the fifth and final?
Yeah, it's a changeover, I suppose. If the bomb works once, it may as well work twice, Jacko. So it was unlucky. Percy went charging through to try and catch at himself and couldn't quite get it. Aidan Day rolls one up for the Pride and gets tackled. Oh, Nat Neal goes for the strip there. They don't quite get it. He gets tackled 30 metres out. So tackle 1 for the Pride. They'll be looking for a good, solid set here. It's a 16. Try and get this right. Matola Lemia.
Maddie Lemire.
Lemia. Righto, we'll go with that. My
Matt
apologies
Lemire.
again. Murphy through the line. Good tackle, Mitch Carpenter. Manages to pull him down. Mitch's got to be careful here. 90 seconds left on the clock. Torpy with the kick. Big Stefan chasing hard. Marmon Barber with the ball and throws it dead.
Yep.
Safety play there from Marmon. Had the big fella charging down on top of him, Bradley Stefan.
That would be the last thing Jets would want, going in a couple of points down, or I should say having the opposition on a couple of points, but putting them in at the half-time with no score, that's a great piece of work. So.
Well, they got 60 seconds to play out here, Ipswich, so it's going to be interesting to see what sort of dropout they come up with, and the Pride will get a good set at them here. So, and it's the long dropout. He's gone for the sideline as well, and there's a knock on.
It's knocked on.
So Ipswich might look to pack the scrum here. Knock on and then kicked it out.
They are rushing up quick.
Unlucky there from the winger.
Nat Neal's there first. So
Matthew Musmecki, I should say. So Ipswich have managed to form the scrum and call the time off with 37 seconds to go. So they're going for points again, Ipswich. Pride will be trying to keep them out.
So great work from Ipswich to defuse that and then force the knock on 40 metres out.
Mitch Carpenter's coming from the field too. There's a kick from Christian for Marmon Barber.
Marmon Barber!
I think they're going to beat him to the ball. It's great work from the centre, Sean Bowen. It was a good option. Just didn't quite get the kick right there from Christian. So Pride on the counter-attack. Good run, Anari Tuali. Tackle in the end. Husky Tautai's just gone on now for Mitch Carpenter. Torpy spreads it wide to Biondi Odie. Gets out to the wingers. That touched Ipswich. Forward pass from the Pride, so that'll see us half-time. Ipswich Jets 22, Pride yet to score.
Well, some great individual efforts in there from players on both sides. Fortunately for us, the Jets are capitalising on some of those great plays and some really good runs in there. And but Pride haven't dropped their heads. They know they've got a job to do. They just can't crack this defence of the Ipswich Jets.
They just haven't had the ball in the right spots, I think, the Pride. And Ipswich, I think the possession count's probably 70-30 Ipswich. So Ipswich have had plenty of ball and really made the Pride pay. Like, they've probably had 6 or 7 opportunities and managed to score 4 or 5 tries. So that's well done from Ipswich, whereas Pride haven't really, probably the only real opportunity they had was the last one there where they put the kick through and Stefan charged down and Marlon Barber manages to get there quick. Get there first and throw it over the dead ball line. But other than that, they haven't really looked like scoring the Pride.
So as I mentioned before, it's Brendan Shane's 200th game, Intrust Super Cup game. Looks like they could get a present. I don't want to put the mocker on them, but they could get their first win for the season here. Yeah,
well, I suppose the 200 game thing won't be worrying them at the moment, but they'll be more than happy to get the win. And I think once the boys get a win, they'll get on a good roll. So they're playing really well and they're confident, and they just have to back it up now. Like I said, hopefully half-time is good for us and not bad for us, because the Pride were definitely looking for a rest there for sure.
Yep. So the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets are going into the sheds over Northern Pride, 22-0. We will be back in a couple of minutes for the second half. back to half-time, or I should say the start of the second half. The Savage Pest Control Northern Pride here at the North Ipswich Reserve, and of course you're watching a live stream through the Phoenix Media Hub. It's powered by USQ, University of Southern Queensland. Don't forget you can watch this game live on Phoenix Media's YouTube page. So go to any of the social medias, and if it's lined up with Phoenix Media, you can well and truly find this live feed. At the moment, Jets have all the possession, as you mentioned, about a 70-30. I know penalties are 4-all. There's been a couple of silly little ones, but a couple of half-decent ones, but a couple of mistakes in there, which I think Jets have really got to capitalise on and hold. But other than that, it's been a pretty good game, and Jets have had the ball, the possession, so that's what you want.
Yeah, it's been surprising actually the amount that I thought the drop ball might have been a little bit higher, but it's just been really good, strong tackles which you get in any game. But that's what's making the ball come free. So, like I said, if both sides just lock it up in the contact, that'll stop that. But other than that, the handling, nobody's dropped from both sides. Nobody's just dropped a clear pass as well. So it's only the contact that's
in the
making the ball hitting the ground. So it's been good quality from both sides. Probably Ipswich have had more possession and have done a lot more with it. The Pride are getting the ball, just can't seem to get it down into the end where they want it. I think they've only had maybe two excursions into the Ipswich 20.
No, they haven't been down there much, but some good work from UEZ and those forwards are really doing and trying to pepper that line. They're trying, but they just can't make it. And they've been close on a couple of occasions, so it's good work for the Ipswich Jets defence.
Yeah, it's been. They want to make sure that they keep it rolling through now and don't switch off at all, Ipswich. So they'll be looking to start the half well. It'll be Ipswich to kick off, running from the railway end, I suppose, running towards the river.
Running towards the city.
Yeah, so Barber
or the northern end.
Across the ground. Well picked up there by the number 3, Sean Bowen. So Pride to start, 40 from their own line. Eventually, they'll start. Day with a hitter.
So
the first penalty, Peter Gubb, not quite releasing quick enough. So Ipswich may be looking... it's not the start Ipswich wanted, that's for sure, Jacko.
No, definitely not the start, but I think Peter Gubb was just sort of sitting there and I suppose just that millisecond too late.
So Maurice Blair takes a hit up from the tap. Baptiste at dummy half. Hayden Day. So Pride, here we go, Jacko, inside the Ipswich 20 for maybe the third or fourth time for the game on tackle 2. Day with the play the ball. Baptiste. Biondi. Torpy looking for runners. Gets a wide to Murphy. Oh, goes for the intercept. Can't quite get it. So knock on Ipswich. That was try time either way then, I think, Jacko.
That's where you wish he was just that little few more inches higher or centimetres higher that he could get his hand to that and collect it. And he would have been off like a shot down that side.
Would have been away, but in the same breath, if he doesn't touch it, I think Bradley Stephan hits him in the breadbasket and he runs the 10 metres and scores a try.
And
well done, Marmon.
So good work. They were on the attack there, and it was good defence from the Jets, but they're still on the attack here.
Big chance for the Pride. There's a scrum 10 metres from the Ipswich line, so what are we? Not quite 2 minutes into the half, and the Pride are right on the attack straight away. So that would have been the coach's message from half-time, that's for sure, to start positive. So once again, the referee telling his boys how to pack a scrum. In, Baptiste from the back gives it across beyond Diodi. Shoots it out, Bowen. Tries to get around Humphries. Cleland underneath. Gubb over the top and try and slow it down. And a penalty again. Gee, that's a 50-51. He could have given that either way, I suppose. We just got him to get up and play the ball. As he called strip, the ball's gone away. So
well, it seemed to come out when Gubb pulled his hand out and released. I don't think Gubb was going for the ball. It was just a case of loose carry, but penalty.
Baptiste with a quick tap and Day hits it up. Met well there by Husky Tautai. So Pride, 8 metres from the line. Torpy straightens the attack. Nat Neal's got the tackle. Husky Tautai in there as well, helping. They managed to pull him down 3 metres from the Ipswich line. A big chance here for the Pride. Baptiste dummy half. Oh, Nat Neal gets the intercept.
Oh, intercept.
I never thought I'd say that. Nat Neal with the intercept. He's still going. Nat gets the ball away. Jaden Connors gets absolutely collared there by Sean Bowen. Wow, so Ipswich get a let off there. Gubb with the play the ball. Connors again out of dummy half. Still going Connors. Tackle underneath from Hancock over the top beyond Diodi. Cleland. Julian Christian looking for runners. Husky Tautai charges one into the defence. So Husky tackled 1 metre into the Pride half. Connors. Ben Shea straightens it up. Looking for a gap. Still going Ben Shea. Uses the big palm, kicks beyond the 80 off. So tackle 5. Ipswich 40 metres out from the Pride line. Cleland goes for the bomb. Chasing hard again. Purcell. They let it bounce to Pride. Still Ipswich. And the Pride managed to get that. Jack Murphy gets tackled. Changeover, knock on Ipswich. I didn't see that knock on the far side of the field. So Pride get away with that one, Jacko.
Well, they do, and for a team that's had 2 wins so far this year for the Pride, they're at the moment down by 22 points. They'll be trying to use this 40 minutes to get every piece of possession of that ball they can, and I'm sure that they would have got a spray from the coach.
That they would have. Anari Tuala takes it up. Gets tackled 30 from his own line. Baptiste down at dummy half. Torpy. It's Hancock. Good run from Hancock. Gets tackled just short of halfway. Down low there's Richie Pandia. Torpy again with the ball. Looking for runners. Hits Day. Day straightens it up. Rowan Hancock underneath. Rowan Winterfield underneath. Rowan Hancock. There's a blast from the past. Benny Shea looking for the strip. Manages to bring him down and slow the play the ball down for Ipswich.
This game's full of celebrities this afternoon.
It is, mate. Oh, good work, Rowan Winterfield. Charged down and bit of trouble here for Beyond Diodi. I think just as he went to kick the ball, he's kicked. Actually, might have kicked Big Rowan's shin.
Yeah.
There's a ball that he just spewed out straight to Rory Humphries. They managed to catch it. So hopefully it's just a knock from Beyond Diodi. There was no malice in the tackle. He didn't tackle him in the air, but I think as he's swung his
gone to kick, it's his shin.
Got there and they might have collected shins or collected knees, but the big woodcutter, he's standing there tall. He's all right. So I think Beyond Diodi's just got his leg caught in the wrong spot there, Jacko.
Unfortunately, being a live stream, we don't have the benefit of replay.
We can say what we want then, Jacko.
They're working on it. The boys and girls have told me they're working on it. That's going on the list, isn't it, for next week? Yeah, it is. They do such a good job. Of course, this afternoon's live stream is on the YouTube page, and it is on the Phoenix, or from the Phoenix Media Hub, which is powered by the USQ University of Southern Queensland. And a big cheerio to all the media studies students. We've got quite a plethora of students here this afternoon, but they're all doing a great job supplying all the vision that you can see on your screen right now. And as you can see, they're doing such a great job.
So it looks like the trainer's scrapping his ankle down. So I guess he's landed awkwardly, but he's in a fair bit of pain beyond the 80, and he'd be interested to see what the Pride do. There might be a fact that they get him up and
Get him.
look at him for 5 minutes
And then
see
get
how
him
he
off.
goes. Yeah, and then bring him off. So they do have just.
Well, they have done some changes.
Yeah, looking at the bench, they got a hooker. The hooker's on the bench, Connor Jones. So I think, in worst case scenario, maybe.
They've done 4 changes at least. So
Yeah, maybe Connor Jones goes to 6, or maybe Baptiste steps out to 6. But Beyond the 80's up. Looks a little bit ginger, but
he'll run it out.
see how we go. Yep. So Rory Humphries to play the ball. 40 from the Ipswich line.
And don't forget, if you want to send a cheerio, just shoot a message on the YouTube feed. Ooh.
Juggle there from Nat Neal. Connors, dummy half. Goes the short side. Ben Shea charges it in. So Beyond the 80 makes that tackle with the help of Bowen. So he must be okay, although he limps away. Cleveland. Husky Tautai. This tackle, good tackle underneath there from beyond the 80 again. So the ankle's coming good. Connor's away. It's Purcell. Cleveland. Cleveland looking for runners. Dummies to Christian. Gives the ball out there to Benny White. Benny White comes back in field. Gets collared by 2 or 3 of them in the far corner of the field. So tackle 5, Ipswich. Cleveland puts it along the ground. Chasing Purcell. Chasing hard. Matt Murphy actually picks it up. Beats the first tackle. Cleveland goes for the strip. He beats Cleveland. Richie Pandia managed to bring him down. 20 out from the pride line.
Well, that's some great work for the Ipswich Jets who once again attack that defence line of... they've got the ball back.
It's a great strip from Benny White. Obviously, Ipswich have got a little call that they use to look for when somebody is one-on-one, and Benny's just attacked the ball and managed to rip it out as Ipswich spread it wide. Rory Humphries, still going Humphries, looking for Gubb. Tries to get the pass away, wasn't the best one. Gubb gets hold of Sean Bowen, manages to bring him down. So,
that's a big fling.
And then says, sorry about that, champion. And away they go, the pride. There's a man, Matty Musameki. Excuse me again, sorry guys, if I get that wrong. Another good chop up there from Matty Lamoa.
Mate, you can always head to the Ipswich Jets tonight, the Jets Leagues Club, and buy Musa Messi a crumb steak or something, to say sorry.
Maurice Blair with the play the ball. Day gives it out to Torpy. Torpy under. All the reserves on there. That might be Terrence Casey Douglas. That was. Torpy again. Takes it to the line of Ipswich. Short ball. Hits Anari Tuala, who gets tackled. Torpy puts it up in the air for Purcell. Still waiting underneath it. Good take, Purcell. Good chase. Anari Tuala manages to knock Purcell down 3 metres from his own line. Barber away from dummy half. Or is that Christian? Might be Julian. Gets tackled 10 metres from the Ipswich line. A little bit slow to get back some of the Ipswich players. Peter Gubb. It's across the field. Looks for a hole. Good run, Gubb. It's tackled 18 metres from the Ipswich line. That's great work from Gubby. Nat Neal looking for a hole, looking for an offload.
He's made some good meters there, Nat.
Maurice Blair, good tackle underneath with the help of Matt Usameki. Christian. Ben Shea hit up number 50,000. Looking for an offload, can't quite get it. Tackle 5, Ipswich. About 42 from their own line. Goes to Cleveland. Cleveland just pumps it downfield. There's a good chase here from Ipswich. Gets to the fullback, Jack Murphy, managed to pick it up on his own 10. Just goes straight into the teeth of the Ipswich line. Good tackle. They're looking for the strip. They don't quite get it. Marmon Barber's in there. Out they go. Here's the big winger, Stefan. Benny White underneath with the help of Tusky too. They're looking for the strip again. Can't quite get it. And Husky gives away a penalty. Just what Ipswich didn't want.
No, definitely. So penalty count goes out to 7-4 in favour of Northern Pride.
3-0 the second half as well. Ipswich
exactly.
Away probably 3 silly penalties as well, Jacko. So something they need to address. You just can't, even though they've got a good lead, they can't keep handing Pride opportunities. Pride get tackled, 38 from the Ipswich line. Baptiste dummy half. Looking for runners, brings on Casey Douglas. Manages to stand in the tackle. They get him on the ground now. The big wood chopper, Rowan Winterfield. Baptiste again. Torpy looking for runners. Out the back, beyond the 80. Murphy gets it to Bowen. Bowen's still going. Good tackle over the top there. Nat Neal. Great tackle. Maurice Blair dummy half. Beyond the 80. Drops it back under to Lemire. Good tackle underneath Josh Cleveland. Over the top, slow him down is Nat Neal. Baptiste, half a scoot from dummy half. Hits beyond the 80 with the kick in behind the line. Richie Pandia had it covered. Knocks it back into Purcell. Purcell, great tackle over there from Bradley Stefan. Manages to keep Percy in the end goal. That's great work from the big winger.
That's some fantastic work. So all of a sudden it's starting to click for Northern Pride. And this is what the Jets have got to watch. The Savage Pest Control Jets have really got to stay focused here and watch their defence and make sure nothing slips through, because these guys, they're now on a mission, and they're on a mission to claw back 22 points plus.
There's an old belief in footy, Jacko, that if you have most of the ball in the first half, the second half it always turns. And I suppose that's something you're looking at. The Pride have had a lot of ball. Well, out of the 10 minutes of the second half, Pride have probably had it for 7 minutes down in the Ipswich, camped in the Ipswich end. But all kudos to Ipswich as well. They haven't really had a chance to get over the line. So well done. So there's a bit of a scrap, half a scrap over here. A few mind your own businesses, and away the boys go to play footy again. Aidan Day runs it up. Good tackle. Husky Tautai with the help of Jaden Connors. So Pride tackle 2, 20 out from the Ipswich line. Baptiste goes himself, rolls it along the ground, picked up by the fullback Murphy. Murphy gets tackled 12 metres from the Ipswich line. Josh Cleland over the top. Baptiste dummy half. This is the big man, Casey Douglas. He charges at the line. He gets pulled up 2 metres from the line. Baptiste dummy half. Biondi with the kick. Where does it go? Ipswich managed to pick it up, so it was a nothing kick into traffic, Jacko. Ipswich get the ball. Nat Neal.
That's great work from Nat. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time. So he stopped that kick. It could have got very dangerous, and Nat's come off for a well-earned break.
Tyson goes on and takes his position. Peter Gubb in the middle. Hit with a bit of a high tackle, but gets up. Good play the ball from Gubb. Reese player. Here goes Jaden Connors out of dummy half. Weaving, looking for a spot. A good tackle. Baptiste hits him front on. Really lets him know he's there with the help of Lemire as well. Connors to play the ball. Tyson with his first touch up, come back in the field. Gets through the line. Can't quite get his hands free. Good tackle Lemire again with Aidan Day underneath. Getting a bit touchy out there. Purcell with a little chip over the top. Still going Purcell. Double kick. Straight to Murphy. And makes the tackle. So Pride to come out 20 metres from their line.
That was great work from Percy just to put that kick on and to try and get it back there, but wrapped up by the fullback Murphy.
Oh,
there's a lost ball, so
picked up Connors. Connors looking to counter attack. Gets the ball away. Tautai. Husky got the ball now. Back to Julian Christian. There's the old goal forward again from the Jets. Husky Tautai again. Putting on some footwork, looking for a gap somewhere. Still going Husky as long as he doesn't go out. Good tackle there from Bowen. Great tackle from Bowen with the help of... Hold on, what do we got here? The referee's called something up. Is he going back to a touch? I think the Pride mode. Is he going back to the knock-on?
Knock-on.
Wow, that's a lot
well,
of
that's
damage.
something. That's a lot of metres that...
A lot of metres running sideways and going nowhere to get a scrum feed.
Yep.
Anyway. So Ipswich with the scrum feed. 26 minutes to go. 30 out from the Pride's line.
So this could be a good opportunity for Jets just to sort of break the defensive line again and put some extra points on, just to make it that little bit harder for Pride, because at the moment 22 you can still achieve it. Another 6 points on does make that little bit harder. Demoralises the opposition a bit.
I think they just need to have a bit of patience, Ipswich, and not try and score off the first tackle and just make Pride do a little bit of defence in the second half, because they've had all the ball. So Richie Pannier gets tackled about the same distance from the scrum. Purcell dummy half. Christian, Loffapo. Notice Nat Neal down there getting some ice on Cork. He had a Cork going in just before half-time, Jacko. I asked him how he was going at half-time, and he said, if I come off, I'm done. So that might be Nat for the day. As Benny Shea takes a run down the blind side. 3 men on him, Benny Shea. Good tackle. He managed to back his way up. Plays the ball 15 from the Pride line. Connors dummy half. Christian with the ball. It's Cleland. Cleland. It's Humphreys. Humphreys beats one man, beats two. Still going Humphreys. Great tackle, Sean Bowen. Drags him down a metre from the line.
That's how close he is.
It'll nearly be a penalty for Ipswich. The referee lets it go. Connors shifts it wide. Ball goes back. No panic, Ipswich. Purcell picks it up. Still Purcell. Still Purcell.
Yes.
Still Purcell. And he's under the post.
Great work. That was fantastic to see. That is... that gentleman, I am really surprised that he hasn't been picked up by an NRL club. Percy has the talent, as you can see, just to be in that right spot and just weave, duck and scores. So, but some great work there.
It's great broken field play there from Percy. He picked it up virtually out of nothing from a bad pass and went left foot, beat 4 guys and scored under the post.
Scored under the post.
As good as that was from Percy to do that, that's probably the Pride will look at that during the week and go, how did that happen?
Exactly.
How does he beat 4 blokes back onto the inside where the ball has come from? So they should have had inside defence squeezing across, and he still managed to get through and score under the post.
I imagine there'll be 4 players, Northern Pride players, getting pointed at training when they watch this.
Well and truly, mate, I would say, although he's a hard man to tackle, Percy, but
Now
they
this is-
should have nailed him then, though.
With Marmon hopefully potting this over, I don't want to say too much. So we'll wait till he kicks it. Flags are up, so 28 points out to the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets over the Northern Pride. Got to be demoralising for the Pride.
Should be from here. Ipswich should be able to put the Pride away from here, Jacko, but somewhere in the memory bank, I'm sure we had the Pride down at a score like this at home as well, and they stormed home and got us one day. I'll have to look that one up, but I'm pretty sure, they've definitely got it in them, but I think Ipswich have, their defence has been really good today, and they haven't really given the Pride too much of a sniff. So, although as we say that, their bench is up and warming, all their starting side is up again. So, there'll be some changes soon for the Pride as Christian takes the ball, gives it to the big woodchopper, Rowan Winterfield, charges it up, takes 2 men to bring him down. He gets tackled on the Ipswich 20. So Winterfield to play the ball. Richie Pandia takes a scoot out of dummy half. Tackled there by the big 16 from the Pride, Lamia, to help a Hancock. Connors, Lofapo, into the middle. Ipswich is content just to ruck it up the middle and make yards, so they tackle on the 40, Tyson. Connors out of dummy half. Benny Shea again, 50,001. Biondi and Bowen make the tackle. He rolls through. Benny Shea tackled about halfway, about 50 metres. Connors short side. It's a palm. It's Rowan Winterfield. Rowan only knows one way. In he goes straight. Still going Rowan. Still going Rowan. 4 men on him. Great run, Rowan Winterfield. Ipswich 35 out. Josh Cleland looking to the ball. He gets it. What sort of kick? Banana kick back in. Malcolm Purcell chasing hard again. Purcell! Oh, he's knocked it on. Percy. Unlucky. That was great work. A purposeful kick. Percy just couldn't quite manage to grab it.
Great work and great insight from Josh. I'm sure they've been practicing this at training. And Percy he got there, he just got the fingers to it, but just knocked it on rather than downward pressure. And but Northern Pride have got to start going into panic mode soon.
They've got to start. They've got to get a lot more
aggressive.
Yeah, they've got to try and shut the ball down. But I think that the thing that went against Percy then was the ball wasn't quite in the end goal, so you had to pick it up to get it there. And
that's right.
Just couldn't
couldn't
get it. So the Pride trying to work it out off their line. There's Bradley Steffen coming in the middle. He's big as the forwards as well, so good tackle there. Ryan Winterfield underneath Benny Shea over the top. Biondi got the ball. It's a short run of Maurice Blair. I'm sure that's the Maurice Blair that played for the Storm, Jacko, but we'll look that one up. They come the short side. Biondi looking for runners. Hits Bowen. Bowen still with the ball. Tackled 40 from the Ipswich line. Tackle 5 for the Pride. What do they got here? Look for the kick. Torpy gets a ball and puts a Torpy up. Percy's content to let him get over his head. Still bouncing. He's going to have to pick it up and get it out here, Percy. Good chase from the Pride. Purcell gets caught in the end goal. Probably a little bit lackadaisy, but good chase from the Pride in the end and drop out Ipswich.
Well, great work from the Pride to get down the other end and do that kick. And, good work on Jets to shut it down. We've still got to keep that scoreline. It's going to help our for and against later in the year. So we need as much as we can now. And at the moment, 28 points up. That's going to be a healthy 28 points that we may need at the end. Still got a long way to go. It's only game number 4, but we're looking at a good game for us, and that's knocked backwards.
So the long drop out from Ipswich is an unusual tactic for Ipswich. As Benny Shea gets a well-earned rest as well with 20 minutes to go. Billy McConaughey goes back on the field. So Ipswich ringing the changes, trying to give the big man a rest. Good tackle, Husky Tautai. He meets Aiden Day front on. Whacks him to the ground. Great tackle from Husky. As they go again. Lemua. He charges it up. Ipswich managed to bring him down about 22 from their line. And another penalty, holding the ball. Get your hands off the ball. Once again, Jacko, it's the fresh man who goes on the field who gives away the penalty. Day charges it up.
They've got to watch that.
Tyson meets him front on, brings him to the ground. So Pride with a great chance here. Try and put some points on the board. Beyond Diode. Short ball. Maurice Blair. Still standing Blair. Still standing Blair. Eventually they get him to the ground. Billy McConaughey down low. Dyson Loffenby over the top. So the hook is back on. Connor Jones is back on. Torpy with the kick through the line. Ipswich are there. Marmon Barber picks it up. Marmon's beat one. He's got the fullback to beat Marmon. He tries to get him on the outside. Still going Marmon. Great tackle, Jack Murphy. Manages to bring Marmon down. He puts his foot out. Wow. I thought Marmon was home and hosed then, Jacko, but Murphy just managed to get him and just managed to get the ankle tap and put him into touch.
He made some good meterage there, and it was good work to try and get it. But when you're running close to that line, and which Marmon does, you've just got to watch yourself, especially in these conditions. And he was getting pushed out by Murphy, and Murphy's, I suppose you'd look at it and go, Murphy 1, Barber 0.
Yeah, I think Marmon tried to get him. He thought he had him for pace, but Murphy found a little bit more. And maybe the Marmon Barber 3 years ago would have got away there, Jacko. But good chase from Murphy, managed to get him out. So the Pride's still in this. They get a scrum feed 5 metres into the Ipswich half. So we'll be looking to try and score points. They're starting to get to real panic stations for the Pride. So Beyond Diode with the ball. Gets it across to Tuala. And he gets tackled on the 40-metre line. Rory Humphries in there with Benny White. Hayden Day comes around the short side and hits one up. Good tackle underneath Rory Humphries again. Josh Cleland over the ball, manages to wrestle him to the ground. So Connor Jones back on the field. Beyond Diode. Torpy with the long ball. They've got an overlap here. Bradley Steffen steps in, steps out. Does he manage to get to the try line? Looks like he has. And a great try from the Pride. Yep. They've just gone left and right. And Bradley Steffen manages to get in the corner. Marmon once again just come in looking for the ball and they got the pass out. Bradley Steffen slides into the corner, Jacko.
Well, Pride threw everything at it and I suppose, they've got nothing to lose. They're down by 28 points, so they've got to try something, and it really worked on that right-hand side. So, great work.
Ipswich will be real disappointed with that one, Jacko. All the Pride did then was just shift it to the right-hand side, and
well, they did, and it got through, and that's all they need. So that'll take it back to a 22 if they kick that.
Right, so the Pride, they still have a sniff. 28-4, 17 minutes to go. So when you score one, you'd want to score two, but Ipswich will be looking to really close this one down from here now, Jacko. They're not going to pull the shutters up, but they want to make sure there's no more tries now from the Pride. He's kick, and he's put it straight over. That's a great kick in the wet.
Great kick.
Is that Torpy? It is Torpy, who's an ex-East player as well. I'm sure he played Queensland Cup for East last year, and he's gone up there looking up to the Pride, looking for an opportunity, maybe looking for a Cowboys contract as well. So,
So the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets are 28-4, correct, 6 over Northern Pride.
Marmon Barber to kick off. See which kick-off they employ, whether he goes long or short. It's gone along the ground hard. Hasn't gone 10 metres. And the Pride get a sniff. Wow.
Can't do that.
Nah, well, if you're going to do it, it's got to be the distance. Look how far he's kicked that over halfway. They used to be real on those marks, but they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So the Pride, big set of 6, started on the 30 from Ipswich. Sean Bowen takes the tap and just charges straight into the Ipswich defence. So Connor Jones at dummy half. Comes a short side. He's got Blair with him. Oh, Peter Gubb comes in. Pride are in again. The winger, Matthew Musameki, scores untouched. So the Pride storming home.
We spoke too soon. There, as you mentioned, you let him in for 1. You don't want to limit him in for 2. And that's now, they're now at 10.
Just see the body language from the Pride players change now, Jacko. Look, they're all up on the toes, walking hard, and Ipswich are probably dropping down a little bit. So, that comes once again from another Ipswich mistake.
Yep.
Managed to give the Pride a sniff. So, what they probably need to do now is really, when you get a try scored against you, I know I say it every week, is that set after they score a try has to be your best set of the game.
Yeah. But great work by Matt Musameki.
That was. He held the paint. Gubby went in looking for the ball, didn't manage to get it. And the pass from, I think that was the pass from Connor Jones, who jumped up out of dummy half. It's hit the winger fair in the chest, and he's gone the 10 or 12 metres and scored right in the corner. So Torpy kicked from exactly the same spot on the other side of the field. So we'll see. We're right behind this one, Jacko. He's hit it well. It's going across the face of the goal. So 14 minutes to go. Jets 28, Pride 10.
So the Jets have really got to switch on here. I don't think the fact that they've switched off, I think it's just basically the Northern Pride have just upped it a bit and trying to throw things around, and it's working.
So Ipswich make a change again. So Husky Tautai comes off, Kieran Mosley going on. So there'll be a bit of a reshuffle in there somewhere with Jaden Connors still on the field as well. I know Mitchie Carpenter is injured, got injured in the first half as well. So I think Ipswich are effectively down to two fit interchanges, Jacko. So they should be able to close it out though, but see what the Pride have got in them here. And it's a good run there from Aidan Day.
That was a long kick. Surprised.
Sorry, his day now. We've got two blokes out there with headbands now. They've thrown my whole theory out, Jacko.
It's going to confuse
we'll get there once again.
Just say day one, day two.
Maurice Blair, good tackle underneath. Oh, there's a strip. Jaden Connors, great work. Play on Ipswich. Rory Humphreys with the ball. Good tackle, Bowen. From Sean Bowen. So Jaden Connors, dummy half. Ryan Winterfield hits one up. Oh, great tackle under the ball there from the hooker. Picks him up and opens him as well. There's a penalty for that in the under-18s game, but play on for the big boys as Peter Gubb manages to bring down Musameki. Day hits it up. Manages to play the ball 30 out. Jones, Biondi, Torpy, Tuala. Tuala still going. Still going Tuala. They couldn't manage to bring him down. Eventually they get him. Benny White underneath, Ron Winterfield over the top. Jones out of dummy half, goes to short side. Hancock with the ball. Good tackle, Ipswich, tackle forward, 10 metres from the Ipswich line. Stefan at dummy half. Torpy with the ball. Torpy drops under the big fella. That looks like Casey Douglas. Torpy with the ball, puts it on the shoe. Jaden Connors manages to pick it up. Counter-attack, runs straight at Torpy and Torpy tackles him.
So the Pride were trying on that time just to see if they could break that defence again, but the Jets muscled up and on that kick. That was on the fourth tackle too, I think.
I think it was, yeah. Looked for this a bit of surprise option and couldn't quite get it through the traffic as Billy McConaughey gets tackled 30 metres out from the Jets line. Richie Pandia. Julian Christian still looking for a hole somewhere. Still Julian Christian, and he's away, Christian. He's got Percy on the inside. He's just got to get to the fullback. No, still Christian. Gives it to Purcell. Purcell drops it. He drops it clean, Jacko. What happened there? If it was a can of 4X, he wouldn't have dropped it.
I know, he switched off.
Wow.
That looks so good and a great run.
Once again, Julian Christian got the ball and nothing was doing is cross and back, and the crowd were blowing up, and he managed to hit a hole and got through, and that was a great chase there. I think it was from the hooker, Connor Jones, who got up and managed to cover Purcell. So Julian had to go right, and he couldn't quite pick up Peter Gubb, who was covered as well, and he threw it back in. Percy caught it, put the afterburners on and dropped it cold. Wow. Pride feed. Here we go again. Stefan gets it straight off the scrum. Good tackle underneath there from Benny White. He's had a good game today, Benny White. He's always solid.
Oh, there's been some great standouts on both sides.
Casey Douglas has a big hit up. Good run from him. Good tackle underneath. Ryan Winterfield. Will Bugden. Tackled 5 metres short of the halfway. Connor Jones out of dummy half. Torpy. Hancock. Murphy with the ball. Still Murphy. Trying to get Stefan into space. Can't get there. So the Pride get into the Ipswich half. Stefan dummy half. Torpy. Casey Douglas. Missed tackle there from McConaughey. Tried to put the big shot on. Huey Sedger back on. Knock on. Just as Huey Sedger got the ball, Rory Humphries come charging through and knocked him, Jacko. Managed to knock the ball loose. Huey wasn't happy with it, but the referee's the one who counts,
claiming
mate.
it was a Jets player, time off. So just under 10 minutes to go in this match, and the Pride are down by 18 points. And they've looked, they've won their second half, the Pride, both in points and penalties.
They've looked very dangerous. I think Ipswich just need to get a couple of back-to-back sets, and that'll really break the Pride. But every time Ipswich looks like putting them away, they make a mistake and keep the Pride in the game as Gubb takes a run and good quick play the ball. Connors, Clearland looking for runners. Barber picks it up. Barber through the line. Barber comes up to the fullback to Can Murphy get him this time? Barber tries to take him on the outside. He's still going, Marmon. Great tackle. Great tackle from the fullback, Jack Murphy. Managed to get him in a touch again. That's a good chase from Murphy.
Oh, great. But that's the second time that's happened.
I think Jack Murphy's a bit faster than what Marmor's given him credit for.
Exactly.
That was a great
Because
chase.
he would have went out to the left to try and make him come out.
Yeah, he thought he had him on the outside, but that's
Murphy's
a really good chase
out.
from the fullback, and that shows the Pride haven't thrown it in because he's chased him all the way across and managed to get him into touch. So it'll be a Pride scrum feed, 10 metres from their own line, 9 minutes to go on the clock. So Ipswich once again can't put the nail in the coffin, Jacko.
No. You're watching the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets take on the Northern Pride through Phoenix Media Hub. If you're watching the YouTube page, send us a cheerio. Of course, Phoenix Media Hub is powered by the University of Southern Queensland.
Sedgwick takes the ball up. Good tackle there. Rory Humphries. I think Rory Humphries has moved into the middle. It's a good play, the ball. Bowen gets hammered. Rowan Winterfield makes a tackle. And he's just slowing down just enough. Connor Jones, dummy half. Bugden, Torpy, Murphy, Tuala. Tuala based the tackle. Still going Tuala. Benny White manages to bring him down on the 40. Stefan dummy half. Torpy. Cross the ball. Huey Sedger with the ball. Bit of Jets footy. Still Huey Sedger. Still going. Ipswich managed to bring him down. 30 out from their line. Last tackle. Look for Torpy for a kick here. Goes to Biondi-Odi. Biondi-Odi with a short ball. Maurice Blair gets a ball. Ipswich trying to shut it down. What's he calling? Knock on Pride.
Yeah, he dropped it.
So that'll be a changeover.
Well, Pride haven't given up. They know they can do it. They've scored 2 points in two tries in this half, so they know they can do it. And the clock is clicking down with just over 7 3/4 minutes left in this half and the game. So
they've just got to keep piling the pressure on the Pride and try and conjure up a try from anywhere as Rowan Winterfield gets tackled. 32 from the Ipswich line. Jaden Connors out of dummy half. Peter Gubb once again charges into the line. Good tackle underneath there from Bowen. They try to drag him out. That was a great tackle from Sean Bowen. Front on. Managed to nail Peter Gubb. Clearland shifts it out. Christian back inside. Christian away.
Great
Christian
run.
away, looking for support. Purcell's there. Julian Christian away. Still going Christian. Murphy once again another great tackle. Another try saver, Jacko. As Ipswich still on the attack. Pandier out of dummy half. Clearland with the ball. Long ball, Connors. Connors looking for holes. Still Connors. Connors back to the short side. Benny White with the ball, a bit of footwork. White gets tackled 10 metres from the Pride line. Ipswich is trying to consolidate here. Christian with the ball, back inside. Loffapo with some footwork. Still going Loffapo, gets the offload. Billy McConaughey goes forward, only knows one way. He gets tackled 10 metres out. Last tackle, Ipswich. Dummy half, Mosley. Clearland with the ball. Puts it on the deck. Big chase through from Ipswich. Too big. Unlucky. Good chase,
Unlucky.
Ipswich. So it's a Pride. 7 tackle set.
Well, that's what we'd want to see from the Jets, some good attacking football, which they've done, and that's what we want. So they've proved that they can do it. But Pride were pretty good that time around and just didn't open up.
So Pride with the ball, what is effectively now tackle 1. 40 out from their own line. Connor Jones out of dummy half. He's been very strong for them since he's come back on as well, the young hooker. Good tackle, Richie Pandier. Stefan at dummy half. Torpy looking for runners. Isn't that back to Biondi-Odi? Murphy, great ball. Bowen looks to step back inside. Rory Humphries managed to pull him down with the help of Jaden Connors. There's an injury here. Might have been a bit of a head clash, I think. Bowen's got a split. Yep, Bowen's split above the right eye. It looks like we must have a bit of a head clash, I think. The Ipswich boys have got up okay, so it's completely accidental. But just above the right eye, so he should get a nice little zipper there, Jacko, I would say. Dr. Roy will have some work to do after the game before the boys get back on the plane.
Well, actually, they're heading to Jets Leagues Club tonight for dinner, both teams. So it'll be, if we've got any fans out there want to head to the Jets Leagues Club tonight after the game, you'll be able to catch up with both teams heading back for a snitty, I'd say.
Yeah, a couple of cold refreshments and
lemonades.
Yes, exactly. Lemonades for extreme athletes and whatever else the rest of us want to drink.
For the rest of us. Are you looking at me then?
No, no. I was looking at the reflection in the mirror actually, Jacko. So,
well, this will be good.
Should be good.
I love that black tape.
The black tape hides the blood, Jacko.
Oh, does it?
Yes, that's why they use it. Because if you use the
white
or the grey,
yeah.
If the blood seeps through, you can see it. If you use black tape and the blood seeps through, you don't see it. That's why they use black tape.
Good call.
Dean Arbonaut, head trainer, Ipswich Jets, told me that.
And you can see behind the play, some of the fans up in the hangar bar enjoying the afternoon with a few cold beverages.
And Bugden with the ball. Tackled 30 out from the Ipswich line. So Bowen up, he's strapped up, he's all good to go again. Beyond Diodi, short ball. Casey Douglas, still going Casey Douglas with an offload. Beyond Diodi, that's a great offload from the big man. Tackle 5, Pride. What do they got? Ipswich has slowed them down just enough. Connor Jones, dummy half. They go the short side. Torpy on the shoe. Ipswich get it back. They block the kick. Great work. Richie Pandia managed to pick it up. Benny White with the hit up. That was good work, Ipswich, Jacko.
Some great work. Although there's only minutes to go, Pride still are attacking it. They're not going to lie down and say it's all over, Red Rover.
Tyson Loffapo with the hit up. He'll just be looking to put another try on here and hoping and make sure they don't let the Pride through. As Jaden Connors has a bit of a scoot out of dummy half down the short side. Gets knocked over by 3 of them, 40 out from his own line. Slow play the ball. Richie Pandia. Still Pandia. Great tackle, Bugden. He runs straight into him. Bugden's no, he's still standing. Richie. Great work, Richie. Tackle 5, Ipswich. Goes to Clearland. They're running at Ipswich. Rory Humphries drops it. Knock on. So the idea was right. The execution wasn't the best.
With
all right, so
4 minutes left.
I think we can call this one. I think the Jets are home, Jacko, but the Pride will have be wanting to put some extra points on here as Bugden hits the ball up. Good tackle there from Mosley and big Rowan Winterfield. Oh, sorry, Billy McConaughey. Huey Sedger with the hit up. Tackle under there, Benny White. The good mates come together once again with the help of Billy McConaughey. They go the short side. Torpy with the ball. Hits Murphy to Ali. Oh, that ball get knocked down. Looks like it did knock down from Ipswich. So knock from Ipswich. So Pride feed again. Just over 3 minutes to go. Pride aren't really running to the scrum now to try and stop the clock. I think they think it's out of their reach now as well. So
looks like all there now. So
they're there now. So they stop the clock now with 3 minutes 14 to go. But I don't think there's enough time left on the board for the Pride to pull this one out of the bag.
We had the first half. Pride have had the second half, obviously, to score those 10 points over us and rack up 4 penalties. So
Ipswich had their chances though, Jacko.
Well, they have.
Percy dropped that one pass there from the good run from Julie, and
Marmon down the side.
Yeah, Marmon's
two good runs down the side.
And Percy dropped the kick through as well as the Pride on the attack. Tuali gets through and score. That's a missed tackle from Richie Pandia. And they won't be happy with that, the Jets. That's a consolation try there for Anari Tuali.
And they're going to kick this pretty quick. He's back now. He's looking for the tee.
Well, that was just a plain-up missed tackle there from Richie Pandia. He has a little habit of charging out and nothing happens. You know, if he's going to charge out of the line, something has to happen as the Pride Really rip in to get this kick going. Torpy hits it over the black dot.
So that'll bring the score back to 16-28 with 2 minutes. So I could probably say that could be the scoreline.
You never know, mate. I think
the boys are walking back slow.
They're walking back slow, but the Pride will throw it again. I think you might see a bit of an early chip kick here from the Pride. It'll be interesting to see what sort of kickoff the boys employ. It might be. I think this could be a long one as the referee calls time off. Minute 53 to go. They're back on. Percy line up the kick. Goes long.
It's a long one.
Ish at the post, kicks it to the big front row. So that's Bugden, picks the ball up, charges back into the teeth. Good tackle underneath there. Husky Tautai's back on the field and then gives away a penalty. Once again, the freshman goes on the field and gives away a penalty. That'll be something they're going to address really hard too, I think. That's just ridiculous.
Well, it is. They're just giving away the metres and they can't afford to do that.
The Pride are upbeat and ready to go as Christian misses a tackle. Richie. So Anali gets tackled 25 out from the Ipswich line. They still think they're a chance, the Pride.
Well, they've got a minute.
Torpy with the ball. Back inside. That's Casey Douglas. Tackle there by 3 Ipswich players. They're still going to the Pride, right in the middle of the field. Torpy gets the ball. Looking for runners, still looking for runners. Gets it out the back beyond the 80. 17 goes through. Maurice Blair. Pulled up short. Strip. Ipswich stripped the ball. He must have been well short of the line. It's not a penalty try. So Pride, 40 seconds to go with a penalty. They bring the ball back out.
They'll go for the quick
still
tap.
got players offside. He can't tap it yet. Connor Jones with the tap. Gets it out to Bugden. Ipswich will be keen not to let the Pride score again here. Rowan Winterfield up the top. Tyson underneath. Jones again. Runners go through. Biondi gets the ball, steps back inside. Husky Tautai's got him. 10 seconds to go. Ipswich could give away a penalty here. They go short side. And Tuali again. Short. Good tackle, Tyson Lofapo.
Where's that hooter?
There's time.
That's it.
And referee calls time. Finally, Jacko, the Ipswich Jets get the victory, 28, the Pride 16.
Win number 1, that's what we need. But it's taken 4 games to get there. So
That'll do, it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there, as long as you get one.
Well, when you look at it, wet conditions, heavy track, it's been raining overnight. We had a couple of heavy storms in those earlier games today, but the game held up. But just some silly little mistakes for both sides. More, I suppose, for us, considering when you get the penalty counts in their favour. So, yeah, it was something we didn't really need to do on a day like today. But at the end of the day, we got there.
Yeah, they won't be happy with the second half. I think that's the Pride have won the second half there, 16-6. They've won the second half, so
yeah.
They put 3 tries on them. And in saying that, though, Percy's probably bombed is a tough word, but Percy's bombed 2 tries. You would have thought,
Marmon.
A couple of years ago, Marmon would have scored those tries on the outside, but that was a great chase from Murphy. So don't take anything away from him as well. So there's probably 4 or 5 scoring opportunities which had that they didn't take. 2 for sure that they should have scored were both Percy's. Yep. Marmon's were still, hit and miss ones, but. When you look at it that way, they had the opportunity, they just couldn't take it. But when you go into the shed at 22-0, sometimes the players can, as much as you tell them, roll, just keep rolling, keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. The scoreboard's still in the back of your head. So, they could have switched off, but full credit to the Pride. They obviously didn't.
Oh,
Coach got them in there and just, changed it up, changed the plan, and they've come out and they've fought right to the end. So, well done to the Pride, but congratulations to the Ipswich boys. They're getting close to the Ipswich of old with some really good footy, and Percy's starting to hit his straps. Marmon had a couple of really good runs, which is the blokes that you really look to score tries.
And
so.
Julian Christian, in around that dummy half, he's making some meterage.
Yeah, they got to utilise the pace of those boys. You can't just have them out there and they're not. They've got to take the line on, and that's what Julian has to do a lot more of.
Yeah.
Just let Joshy Cleland stand back and direct play and put the kicks through. And when Josh has a run, it's going to 95% of the time it will result in a try when Josh runs. Jules has got to run, and like he showed when he made that big break, just go across the field. He's fast enough to look for a hole, and he found the hole and he managed to get through it. Yeah. And run 50 metres, and that's Jules' role. Is he just needs to play off the back of what Joshy gives him. He doesn't have to worry about setting it up.
No, look, great game today. It was good to see, and that does put gives us 2 points. So no longer on the bottom. We just got to watch those other teams that are down there that we're not all moving up. Yeah. Because our for and against isn't that good for us. But as you can see, they're doing a photo on the ground of all the players. So great effort, but it's for the celebration, the Intra Super Cup celebration for Ben and Shane, who both in there and smiling.
All the families are in there, which is great. It's a real credit to them. They've done the 200 games, obviously here at the Jets as well. So it's a credit to the club that they really back up the ethos and the way the guys they want to play. Like the NRL clubs won't take a dip and put them on, but the boys are really, they dig in and they say, right, this is what we're doing, and they stick to it no matter what. So, and they're cracking blokes as well. I haven't got a bad word to say about them. A lot of the players just love playing for them as well. Yeah. And they give a really good vibe around the club. They're always upbeat all the time. Sometimes you think, what? So they're always upbeat, so,
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks, Bisho. Great call today. The Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets, round 4 is a win for us, so that is great. So we do thank everyone for watching us through Phoenix Media Hub, and we look forward to seeing you at the next game. So thanks and bye for all.